Right here. Oh, yeah. Why? All right, so today we're gonna be doing a little vinyl work on these cornhole boards, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I like to install them. So let me fix this real quick. All right, so what I like to do is I like to start out with a nice, clean-ish microfiber and some 70% isopropyl alcohol. And I like to just drip it on the rag and wipe it down. I don't like to put it on the actual substrate because then it kind of soaks in whatever you're doing. It's a pain in the ass, especially on wood. You're gonna need your vinyl that you ordered or printed or did whatever you did. You're gonna want a ruler. I like to use a squeegee. You can use whatever you like. You can use a credit card and take some felt or something and just make sure you're not scratching up the vinyl, or like a Bondo spreader you can use. Get them at Harbor Freight. You're gonna want some type of marking device, such as a marker. Normally I like to use dry erase because you can wipe it right off, but today I don't have dry erase, so we're just gonna use this good old permanent marker, and hopefully we cut off wherever our permanent marker spots are. You're gonna want a real good sharp knife as well. These come in handy. You don't want to use a little kitchen knife or nothing like that. Go to Harbor Freight and get a package of knives. They're like $5 or something like that. Sometimes I even have them for free, running them on special or whatever. I have one of these little break boxes for my knife just because it's a break-off knife. So we're gonna utilize that today. But we're gonna get at it right now. Clean this off, and we're gonna take our cleanish microfiber towel and just squirt some alcohol on this rag here. And we're just gonna wipe her down real nice like. Get all the dirt and stuff off of it. Any oils that might be sticking to it. Alcohol is going to take care of that. These are pretty dusty, so I'm going to clean up the edges real well, just so none of that dust gets behind the vinyl when we go to set it down. Clean it up real good. Maybe even do it twice. Get another spritz of alcohol and keep going over it. Make sure it's real clean, because any little speck of dust, you're going to see it. So go over it good. Go over it real good. All right? Get your edges again. Oh, make sure you get your hole real clean. You don't want a dirty hole. You don't want a dirty hole. That's bad. B-A-D. Bad. All right? Get this all cleaned up. Even flip it over. Try to get all that dust off of there. Any little dirt. All right, cool. That's clean enough for me. It's clean enough for you, it's clean enough for me, all right? So what we're gonna do next is gonna take our vinyl, oopsies, lay it on there the correct direction it goes, just like that. We're gonna take our ruler and our marker, and how I like to set up my vinyl is I like to do an inch overlap on everything. So if you're ordering from me, I'll send you the vinyl with an inch overlap. That way you know what everything that's got to overhang off the board is going to be 1 inch on each side. So I like to take my ruler, get a little mark at 1 inch. Do the same thing over here. And do the same thing at the top, 1 inch. And 1 inch over here as well. Get rid of your marker. Okay, so next thing I like to do is I got our marks on there. We're not going to worry about lining them up right now. All we're going to do is come in here to the edge of the vinyl, pick it up a little bit off of the backing, kind of get it started here. And I'm just gonna take a nice little C-notch out of that, just like so. And this way you don't have to use any tape or anything like that to hold the vinyl in place. We're just gonna do that again on this side. That decent little C-notch, that way it'll stick. And I'm just gonna find the little 1-inch marks that I made, line those up with the top, and line them up with the sides. Making sure I check both sides. Line up the top, line up the top again. And I'm just gonna kind of push this vinyl down and push it over. And I'm gonna stick those sides for our C-notch there. I might even take a little squeegee and just lock that one side in place just a little bit, just so it's locked on there. And then what I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna bring this down, kind of eyeball it, make sure that I don't have a bunch of material extra on one side and it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna check my design, make sure my design's not falling off. And I'm just gonna peel this up about halfway through that C-mark, that C-notch. And then I'm going to take my backing off. Just like so. And I'm gonna take my knife, pick my backing up so I'm not cutting into the board itself. Just like that. I'm gonna get my squeegee ready. And I'm gonna take my vinyl and kind of lay it down. I'm gonna pull both sides, lay it down to the corners. And I'm just gonna pick it up in the middle here and squeegee straight down. Just like so. And I'm gonna pick up this edge, pulling it, put a little bit of tension on it, and just squeegee away, dude. Just squeegee away. Straight down, nice 50% overlap squeegees, take your time. I'm gonna do the same thing for over here, pick it up. Just like so. Just like that. Make sure you got all the air out of there. Looks great. And I'm gonna do the same thing going up top. But this time, I'm gonna peel it up nice and slow, nice and slow. You don't wanna stretch the vinyl out too much. We're gonna try to avoid using a heat gun. Just to the point where you can reach your backing here. Peel that off. I'm gonna bring it over nice and slow. You don't want it to stick to itself too much because it'll be a pain in the ass to get it back apart. You can clamp these boards down too if you need to, but I'm just gonna do the same thing, kind of pull those two corners right to the corners. Pick this center up, squeegee down, squeegee it down. Come back over here, pull this to this corner, squeegee it down. Make sure you got above your hole. You don't want to miss above your hole. I'm gonna do the same thing for this side. This is like, you can take your time with this, you know, you don't have to rush through it. You want it to look nice, let it last for years to come. We're just gonna squeegee it on, nice and simple. Make sure you got all your bubbles out, you can feel it. Oh yeah, Looks great. Wow. Superb. Okay, so now that we're done with that, what we're gonna do is come in here and kind of set our edge up, all right? So we're gonna kind of take our thumb or whatever you got to use and just go over this edge real nice. Set it up for cutting. Just like so. Just like so. You can do the same thing with your hole here. Yep. And what you want to do, if you're not good at cutting or you don't know what you're doing, I would start on an edge, one of these outside edges first. Don't start with your hole. So your hole's a little bit more complicated to work with because you're cutting around, you know. It's just get a nice little practice going here. You want a sharp blade. I already clicked this one off, so I know it's sharp. And I'm going to start, and I'm going to kind of have a nice little angle on this knife. And I'm not cutting into the board, and I'm not cutting off of the board. So I'm like right in that sweet spot where I'm not going to have any overhang left. I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom edge here. You don't want any overhang because it'll end up lifting off. Do the same thing for this side. Notice how I'm kind of like pulling this vinyl away as soon as I cut it. That just gives me that nice little bit of tension to cut. Same thing for the top side. Wow, this looks great. Just like that. All right, so next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna cut your hole out, all right? So here's your hole. What I like to do is kind of cut off of it and work your way towards the edge of the hole. And I like to pick it up right about here and put some tension on it. Don't cut into the board. Just get that nice, perfect cut on the edge. You're gonna have to kind of position your body in a way so that you can get all the way around. Just like that. You got yourself a nice set of cornhole boards. You're gonna repeat the process for the other one the exact same way. They should be symmetrical, and you should be good. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe.